known to the Ummah for 1,400 years. Nobody questioned this. Nobody asked for proof of this. This is why I don't have it at my fingertips. I mentioned some hadiths, as I could recall them, I mentioned some. But to hear the hadith itself as proof, I said I will go and gather it for you and bring it back to you. The question which was raised to me, on one hand by some sisters, they said, we are under the impression that we only have to pay zakah on our jewelry one time. Furthermore, it was brought to me, the question, it is said, and we have accepted, that one only needs to pay zakah on a given portion of wealth one time. Finish. After you've done it, you don't have to give zakah on that amount of wealth again. Analogies were brought to support it. People said, well, just as in the harvest, you pay the ushur at the time of the harvest one time. You don't do it two times. It's the same thing. Well, if it were the same thing, then the ushur would be called zakah. But it's called ushur. And in fact, it's different. Because if you have two harvests in the same year, then you have to pay twice from the same crops. So it's not the same. Furthermore, if the crops are watered naturally, you pay 1/10, but if it is watered by your own effort, you pay 1/20. It's not the same. It's not the same. We don't have any difference in how you got your money. If you got your money one way, you pay this much zakah. If you got your money another way, if you dug it up out of the ground, you only have to pay this much. If you had to work and get it, you have to pay that much. No, it's not the same. That is a false analogy, what they call in Arabic qiyas ma'al fariq, a false analogy. Now we come to the evidence. Where is the evidence? Actually, as I said, the evidence that we have to pay, because the best point to start with is whether you have to pay zakah every year on the same money or not. Because if we deal with that, we establish that, then the issue of the women's zakah is finished. So we go to the most primary point. Do we have to pay zakah on the same money every year or not? This is the key issue. Now, as I said yesterday, when this was brought to me, I said, listen, this understanding that you have to pay zakah every year has been handed down from the time of the Sahaba. Even if I didn't find any hadith, where do you think Imam Malik got this from? Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Ahmed, where do you think they all got this from? And they're all unanimous on it. Where do you think they got it from? From themselves? They made it up? Or they got it from their teachers, the Tabi'een? Okay, they got it from the Tabi'een. But where do you think the Tabi'een got it from? Did they make it up? Or they got it from the Sahaba? Yeah, they got it from the Sahaba. Okay, well, where do you think the Sahaba got it from? They got it from Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Even if we don't have a hadith to that effect, it is enough that the Sahaba teaching that is evidence that that is the correct understanding of zakah. Finish. But some people say, we want the hadith. Bring us the hadith where it says you have to pay every year, so and so. So I said, okay, let's find the hadith. The hadith can be found in Bulugh al-Maram. Bulugh al-Maram, printed by the Dar Assalam, I guess reprinted by the Department of Building and Mosques, donation projects, etc., Bulugh al-Maram, which is a compilation of the evidences of the Sharia by Imam Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, the commentator on Sahih al-Bukhari. His commentary is known as Fath al-Bari, right? One of the leading scholars of hadith. Okay. He compiled the evidences. The first evidence, which I will put before you, is a hadith narrated from Ali ibn Abi Talib. The hadith says, عن علي رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا كانت لك 100 درهم وحال عليها الحول ففيها 5 دراهم. The hadith goes on. I'll just take this piece. Ali quoted the Prophet ﷺ as saying, whenever you possess 200 dirhams and a year passes on it, 5 dirhams is payable on it. Hear that? Whenever you have 200 dirhams and a year passes on it, you have to pay 5 dirhams. Now, what does that mean? Whenever, إذا. What does that mean? It means whenever. This year, next year, the year after that, whenever you have 200 dirhams, you must pay 5 dirhams on it. I think that is clear. That is clear. For a person to say that it is only on the first 200 that you pay the 5. The next year, if you still have that 200, you don't have to pay the 5, but if you get another 200, that's the one you have to pay the 5 on. No. For that interpretation, you need to bring the evidence, because the text does not indicate that. Now, this hadith has been classified as da'if. So, I said, this is not evidence. It is da'if. However, if we look at the statement of Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, the Imam of the Muhaddithin, of the critiques, the editors of hadith, those who were the specialists in critiquing hadith, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, he says at the end of it, رواه أبو داود وهو حسن وقد اختلف في رفعه. It was narrated by Abu Dawood and it is authentic. Hasanun means authentic. Sahih means highly authentic. وقد اختلف في رفعه. And scholars were of different opinions as to its being attributable back to the Prophet ﷺ, or if it was just a statement of Ali radiallahu anhu. This is where the difference lay among the scholars about its origin. Was it a statement of Rasulullah ﷺ, or was it a statement of Ali radiallahu anhu? Okay. Now if we go back to the actual study of that hadith, you find in fact that there are 4 asanid, all of them going through Al-Harith ibn Abdullah, who was labeled da'if by the scholars of hadith. So those narrations are da'if. Finish.